Okay, so let's jump into another draft here. This is a pretty solid pack. Lots of good removal, shock, electrify. Vigilant Bailoff is also very good. 5 for 5/5 vigilance. It's just super good value. I think we just have to take a shock though. Okay, follow that up with a murder. Why, thank you. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. I mean, this is one of the best cards for a limited period. Combine it with Salvager, it's just stupid. Unfortunately, there are no effects to bring instants or sorceries back in black-red, but maybe we go black-blue or something like that, because this with Salvagers, it's just gas. So this is another interesting pack. So here we have a Stag, we have a Bloodletter, we also have a Siegebreaker Giant. Siegebreaker is really strong. This ability, target creature can't block this turn. It's pretty relevant. I think I'm going to take this here over Stag. I'd rather stay, with the colors I already have. This is not that strong, but it's not enough stronger than Siegebreaker to jump into another color. And let's see. So now we get an excellent card with Vampire Sovereign. This does not need to go into a life gain synergy deck, but it's just an excellent card. Think of it as like 3/4 flying for 5 that has haste and lifelink on turn 1. That's what this card does. But it's actually better because you don't even need to tap it. Yeah, so it has like it's just super good. Think of it this way. It's 5 for 3/4 flyer with a lightning strike. But you could lightning strike your opponent. You could drain your opponent for 3. It's excellent. Okay, now we are getting a Pegasus Courser and a Starcrowned Stag. So this could be a signal that we need to consider white. And I think Stag is stronger than Courser. Yeah, I mean this, like, let's say they have a flyer. This taps their flyer. This taps their best creature, so certainly happy to take Stag. I mean, I could also take a Marauder's Axe, but yeah, and now we're rewarded with Herald and Luminous Bonds and another shock. Honestly, I don't think this is a format where I want 2 shocks. It feels that both with this set and with Dominaria, the creatures are getting bigger and the toughness is getting bigger, so it's not as relevant anymore. This is not an easy pick between Herald and Luminous Bonds. I think Herald is just enough better to where we take it. This might be the wrong pick, but Luminous Bonds is excellent, but this is just a finisher. It'll finish your game out. So it looks like white is open, and I hate abandoning one of my 2 colors, but if something's open, then we need to jump on it. This is good if we get a Sky Scanner, but this is better than blue-white. I really could care less about a Catalyst. Maybe I just take like a Rejuvenator here. It's a good card, and who knows? Maybe we end up doing something with green, but probably not. All right, so we have a component here for the black-red sacrifice deck. We have a component here for the black-white life gain deck. So do we want something that's more likely to synergize with life gain or the sack effect? We didn't see much blood. Well, we saw a relatively late Sovereign. I think I'm going to take a Neonate. I think it's more likely that we're going to do something with life gain. rather than making a sag deck. So I'll take a neonate for that. Okay, and we wheeled Nightmare Thirst, so that was a good pick. This could do some work in our deck. Okay, and another life gain card. So for now, I think we could probably cut Shock, Siegebreaker, and this guy. And we're looking to be like red, white, or sorry, black, white life gain. And it's between like a random hired blade. Okay, somehow somehow it crapped out and I ended up with a higher blade and an infectious horror. Okay, it's not a big deal. I mean, usually those picks are not playable anyway. Okay, definitely. So snap selecting Johnny's Pridemate over Luminous Bonds over Corsair. This is I mean, if this card gets out of control, it's game over. And I also don't have any 2-drops. Now I'm looking at now I'm going to prioritize anything that gives me life. There was a green card like this recently, I think in Amonkhet Pouncing Cheetah or something like that, or Pouncing, yeah, Pouncing Cheetah. 3/2 green flash. Usually you don't see too many black flash creatures. So it's a removal spell. It could trade up. It's not terrible by any means. Okay, now we get a awesome card. This even lets our little neonate attack as a 1/4. Definitely take an angel. That's a gift. I really don't want to play this guy. Knight of the Tusk. Oh, another Johnny's Pridemate and a Lich's Caress. Again, I think this card is stupid good, and we could wheel Leon and Vanguard. If these are the 2-drops that I'm playing, I want to just win. I mean, Lich's Caress, it could be awkward in some cases. It does gain life, so it does trigger a life gain. But honestly, I'd rather just take a Johnny's Pridemate, sacrifice a good card to increase the probability of wheeling this Leon and Vanguard. Maybe that doesn't make sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm justifying like a questionable pick, but I feel like these guys can just win as the game outright. They can get out of control real quick. And it looks like, I mean, if nobody else cares about this life gain synergy team, then we should get some really good cards. Remorseful Cleric is just good value. Okay, so the Johnny's Welcome with 2 Pridemaids is something we want. And I don't see a reason to take anything else here. We're gonna try to go all in on this life gain theme. So some of the other components that we want, obviously the blood, I think it's Bloodlord. I can never get the damn names. Still too early in the format for me. You know what? This is actually not an irrelevant card. I am gonna, I've lost enough times to Chromium where I want this in my sideboard. Like, Chromium is just unbeatable. It's a 7/7 flyer, and you can make a discard to give it hexproof. So the only way to get it really is, I don't know, if you have 2 instant speed spells and your opponent has 1 card in his hand. That's the only scenario, because then he discards that card, the ability goes on the stack in response. Like, if you double murder Chromium and your opponent can't discard 2 cards, yeah, you'll get them. But you need 6 mana, you need 4 black, and your opponent needs to have only 1 card in his hand. So, and by the way, I mean, the other card is Vinemare. If somebody goes Vinemare Aether Tunnel or in Oaken form, just anything that makes it difficult to block or interact with, it's game over. So invoke the divine, it gains life. And it's a relevant card. I'll take it over Inspire Charge. So, oh man. I'm not playing this, but there's nothing else. I mean, maybe there's some crazy scenario where we play it. Okay, let's see what enter the battlefield abilities we have. So, Vampire Sovereign, Angel of the Dawn, Priest, Paragraph Ghoul. I don't have Blood Baron or Death Baron. Yeah, Death Baron it's called. This would be a 3/3. I think I want a combat trick. Abnormal endurance is not terrible. Okay, we get a charge anyway. May or may not play it. I don't think we're playing this, but who knows? I'm not against the Mind Rot. Mighty Leap's more of a sideboard card in case we're going up against aggressive flyers that we need to kill, like volcanic dragons and such. So we should be happy with a card like Luminous Bonds. Of course, you want something cooler for your first pick, but you should be happy with it. There's nothing else for us. Infernal Reckoning is a sideboard card. Okay, so now we get a Courser. Don't mind me a Courser. Courser works if we have like Child of Night or some lifelink creature. I wouldn't mind the 1/3 lifelinker. So I'm happy picking up Courser here. Our deck's really coming together. You know what? Now that I think about it, does this even deal with Chromium? Not really, right? I'm not sure how that would work, honestly. I need to think about it. So let's see. Can we do something with Desecrated Tomb? I don't think so. There's really nothing for us, huh? So Marauder's Axe? Is that what we're taking? That seems awful. There's nothing blue that we want to splash. We certainly don't want this Knight's Pledge. What does Marauder's Axe do for us? Just nothing else. We have no ways to splash, so I don't want to try to take a creature that's hard to play. Okay, Lich's Caress is good. Our deck does not have a single rare for now, except the Remorseful Cleric, but it's not even relevant for archetype. I'd love to, yeah, Daybreak Chaplain. I'd love to wheel this guy, but no, I just gotta take Caress. Makes Pridemates bigger. Okay, so now we have a Child of Night and a Macabre Waltz. I think Child of Night is more important. I'd like to wheel this if possible. I'll make room for it. Okay, I don't think we need a Marauder's Axe anymore. Ooh, Diamond Mare, yes. And an Epicure of Blood. Whenever you gain light, I think this is more important. With 2 Pridemates, we're just going to win with this, right? Well, let's see. Well, I would probably say white for Diamond Mare. All right, let's just take a Diamond Mare. I think this is better. It's colorless. We're more likely to cast it. It's not terrible. Ravenous Harpy. is not the worst removal. It's not the worst sideboard card if your opponent's playing heavy removal, and we may even get one of these skeletons. Who knows? And that could be an alternative win condition for us. I don't want any of this. Just if I need a random 2/3 blocker against some super aggro deck. So now we're winding down. I don't think we're gonna get anything good. I already have one. I'm not playing the first. I don't even think I'm playing the first one. Total. Okay. All right. So we got a daybreak chat. We got something. It's actually very difficult. It's annoying to block. There's enough like random 1/3s and 2/2s and whatnot, where this is going to just make pridemates bigger. I don't think we're getting macabre waltz, right? Is that too much to ask for? And the thing is, like, Inspire Charge is not terrible because our deck is designed to make these Ajani's pridemates like get out of control as fast as possible. So what happens with that is, let's say you got like a 4/4, right? And your opponent knows it's going to become a 5/5 with things like Diamond Mare and Ajani's Welcome. You're just playing creatures gaining life. So let's see, whenever a creature enters the battlefield, yes, like even Gallant Cavalry is going to trigger twice. So just off Gallant Cavalry, if you have a Johnny's Welcome, pridemates become a 4/4. Kind of like this deck as it is. Diamond Mare is awkward because, I mean, I'm almost even. I'm just a tad bit more white than black, but it works better when you're like, I guess, more heavily leaning towards one color. So we'll have to settle. But I feel that with Stag, like the thing is, I don't have like, if I had a way to consistently gain life every single turn, no matter what, like if I had that artifact that you can cycle for 3 that gains you life during your upkeep, yeah, I would take the Epicure of Blood. But as it stands, I think Diamond Mare, even with this almost even split, is better in our deck. I'd love to make Harpy work, but there's just nothing. So let's run it like this and see how we do game 1. I think this deck is going to do well. I think it's a 2/1 deck at a minimum. But I can see, like, Mind Rot being a dead card sometimes. Maybe it's just better to play something like a Harpy over a Mind Rot. But the thing about Mind Rot in a deck like ours, we can lose to some like just random huge green creatures, for example, right? So in that case, it's not a terrible card. Yeah, no, we got to mulligan this. And in terms of whether we want to play first or draw first, we're aggressive, so we want to play first. So that's something to remember. Let's mulligan this. Eesh. So I have 3 2-drops. All right, I'm going to take a risk and put that on top. See, because I'm on the draw, because I have like 3 2-drops, including Pridemate and Chaplain, that could be enough to justify keeping a 1-lander. But we might get punished. We'll see. So first, we definitely play Chaplain. Oh, and there's even an Johnny's Welcome. No, we still play Chaplain because if we find another land, then we can make Johnny's Pridemate a 4/4. 3/3 at a minimum. If our opponent plays a blocker that we can't attack through. And Magic just crashed, so I need to pause. This is, you know, what? It's super frustrating. Like, rarely, it happens rarely, but you can actually lose games off something like that because it takes a couple of minutes to restart. It's super annoying. Okay, it's no big deal. We lost like a minute. Not the end of the world. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't really attack. I think the plan is I still play Johnny's Pridemate, and next turn hope to draw land to go Johnny's Welcome and Remorseful Cleric into Gallant Cavalry, just making this thing huge. Of course, if my opponent has like any removal whatsoever, he's gonna really attract. Oh boy. Let's see. So let's just play a Johnny's Welcome and Remorseful Cleric. And let's pass. Interesting, it's a May ability. Why would you not want to put a counter on it though? Anyway. Oof. That's rough. That is certainly rough. So now I cannot block Gorklaw, and Loxodon becomes 4/3. With power 4 greater. So, okay, I'm going to trade off the Remorseful Cleric. Not the best trade, but I don't want, I'm essentially still trading a 2-drop for a 3-drop. All right, that's painful. So all we can do is swing for 1, get a point of life. Well, I gained some life, and I go back up to 11, and I have a blocker now, so. You know, other than Rabid Bite, we're not really seeing much removal from our opponent, which is good because Rabid Bite often it's going to be too slow. Like if we can get a Johnny's Pridemate down, our opponent won't be able to deal with it with a spell like Rabid Bite. Okay. Okay, I mean, it's a card for a card. I traded a 2-drop for a 4-drop. Not good, but it's not as bad as it seems. So what can I do? The only thing I can do is go Inspired Charge and Daybreak Chaplain to kill Daggerback. Seems terrible. I think I have to do it here because I'll gain some life, and if I can find like a Luminous Bonds, maybe something happens, but honestly, I doubt it because my opponent's got 4 cards in hand. I still lose Chaplain, so essentially all I'm doing is gaining 3 life there. Nothing. I guess we shouldn't outright concede, but yeah, we go to 1. Any combat trick gets us. So for some reason, we could not find any swamps through turn 9, which is not something that's likely to happen every game. I'm not sure what the odds of that are. I can pull out Excel and calculate it, but with 8 swamps by turn 9, we should have found at least 1. All right, in terms of sideboard plan, what do we do here? Don't think we change anything, right? We didn't see any enchantments. We just saw Goreclaw. We just saw a dumb, big, stupid creature. So let's submit and pass. And what I mean is, yeah, let's submit and we do want to play first. Okay. This is a great opening hand. So we can go Child of Night into Pridemate, and we can have Nightmare Thirst up. So this can become like a 4/4 by turn 3, which is the reason why a card like Rapid Bite cannot keep up with how quickly this card's going to get out of hand. With removal to back it up, this could be just a straight up opening hand. If this doesn't get shocked like on turn 1, then we should be pretty good. Okay. So let's go Child of Night. Make sure to play a Swamp. Next, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go Ajani's Pridemate. Get in there. Get us a 3/3. Sweet. And all of a sudden this becomes an instant speed -2/-2. Okay. So let's see. I don't mind trading a Child of Night for Linebreaker, but I'm pretty sure Linebreaker is going to block Pridemate, and we're just going to go Nightmare Thirst on Luxodon Linebreaker. Look at that. So this thing now becomes a 5/5. Yep. And then next turn we got Sovereign, Caress. So this is like an ideal curve for us. Barring Luminous Bonds, it's going to be very hard to kill this thing. And even then, oh god, you're killing all the fun, man. You're killing all the fun. Really, you really need to do that? It's okay. So I mean, if we go to game 3, if we manage to win, we're definitely going to sideboard in Invoke the Divine. And you know what the fun part is? We get to see just how massive this thing gets. So next turn, it's already going to be a 8-8. Yes. Potentially 9-9 even. Off Lich's Caress and Child of Night. Yeah, no, you're going to die. I guess I don't even need to kill him, but the problem is he makes casting big creatures cheaper. So I don't want my opponent to do some crazy, you know, yes. Cost 2 to cast. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if he has like 6 mana, he could theoretically play like 2 rhinos to draw you a card, right? That's not something we want to see. 9-9. If it wasn't for Luminous Bonds, it'd be game by now. So my opponent needs something like a Giant Spider here to stabilize. Yeah, that's not going to help. And actually, he probably has to just block Child of Night, and then we can flash in Hired Blade end of our opponent's turn. Okay. He's most likely going to block because to make a dragon, you need he needs 2 more lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he needs 2 more lands, and like you can't use the ability to pay mana and cast the dragon. That's not how it works. So let's pass. See what opponent plays, and then we'll flash in Hard Blade. Look at this, 37 life. How ridiculous is that? Okay, didn't even need to show Hard Blade. How nice. So, Invoke the Divine is definitely coming in. Like, even if he has 1 Luminous Bonds, that's the Luminous Bonds that can make the difference between me winning or losing. So, what I don't think is going to work, maybe an Inspire Charge is not as good in this matchup, or just maybe lose the Mind Rot. I don't know. But the thing is, like, Red Black has some huge top end, so maybe it's good. Relic Fate, Caress, Chinese Welcome. All right, I'm going to thumb the Inspire Charge. I think Mind Rot can be more significant. All right, this isn't the worst. Unfortunately, with Diamond Mare, we should still probably choose white spells over blacks. I don't know. I guess with 2 black spells in hand, I'm not sure what the indifference curve on that is. I guess it depends on how long we expect the game to go. Oh. Well, I guess now we know what the answer is. The answer is white. So let's pass. Sure. Sweet. Man, I got 3 black cards in hand. I gotta pick black here. I mean, next time I can go pridemate, Nightmare Thirst, and get rid of Kill Highland Game. Okay. So And then invoke the divine. All right, so let's play pridemate. I'm gonna keep up Nightmare Thirst. I don't need to play it now. I can play it in response to something, and it's gonna trigger twice. So with Nightmare Thirst, this becomes a 4/4. Once from the card, once from the mare, and I think depending on how I stack the ability. Okay, nothing. So let's go kill Highland Game. Maybe I can even kill a 2/2. Let me think about this. So let's see. You gain 1 life. So we need to make sure we don't screw up the stack. We can kill the Draconic Disciple, but we need to make sure that we stack up the triggers properly. Okay. Yeah, never mind. We don't even need to stack. They just kind of trigger. Okay, now I gain a life, and yeah, okay, good. And yeah. Okay, so now we murder Goreclaw and gain a life. Attack for 6. Yeah, it was the right decision to choose black. Because we have so many, we had so many black cards in hand, including like a 1-mana spell that could give a creature -2/-2. It was the right decision. So now we're, I really hope he casts Luminous Bonds here. He casts Luminous Bonds, we're getting in for a bunch. Nothing. Why nothing? Do you have some sort of weird flash creature I don't know about? I don't think so. Let's just attack. Okay, jumping. Lightning Strike. So in response, I can invoke the Divine, my own Diamond Mare, if he tries to Lightning Strike. This seems kind of bad. I don't think he's going to do it, maybe. Let's see. No. Okay, good. Okay. And guess what I have? Fortunately, since it's not a black spell, I only gain life once. Evil laugh. Oh, and we're doing this thing too. This deck just seems unfair, right? Can you imagine if I had like more of these? If I had 3 or 4 copies? Out of control. Concession? Nope. I thought opponent conceded already. So to get out of this, I don't even know what he would need to play. Like, even the spell that does 7 damage, a Johnny's Pridemate is out of range. So the only thing that gets it is the white common that destroys a tapped creature. But then he would need to play something else, and I have a Lich's Caress. So, yeah, Daggerback's not going to do it. Yeah, okay, so that's game. That's fine. So I just Lich's Caress Daggerback, and that's it. And let's go to game 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, is there anything we want to change in between matches? Let's take a look. We could like sideboard Mind Rot for Invoke the Divine. It would be very speculative. It's funny how we can, in some cases, target our own Diamond Mare if we really want to keep a Johnny's Pridemate alive. I think we're okay. Let's run it back like this. We did not play a neonate in all 3 games, which I mean that's also amazing with Pridemate. Okay. Yes, I would like to play first. Eesh. Very unhappy keep. We could get punished. And of course, I wish I was drawing first in this situation than playing first, but yeah, like one of the reasons I kept this hand is because we do have removal, like murder. So we're gonna have a chance to try to stabilize. Oh, by the way, I can just kill that with abnormal endurance. Yeah, the before the spell, like this ability, when this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped. It only becomes relevant if the spell resolves. The spell doesn't resolve, which it won't, because opponent will opponent will have to sacrifice backhand as soon as it's targeted. So let's see if he tries to do something. Well, I can't really do anything with it. Can't put an enchantment on this thing. Okay. So I really would like to find a source of white mana. And there it is. So my opponent is telegraphing a counter spell. I'm not even sure. I still think I'd rather have them counterspell a Gallon Cavalry than a Pegasus Courser, because blue-green has some big bodies. This thing becomes irrelevant. And yeah, Pegasus Courser with Daybreak Chaplain with a Johnny could be just a win condition on its own. Nothing. All right. Okay, we can murder that and make another play. It seems reasonable. So let's murder the boar, get in for 4, and play Cleric. Okay, so unfortunately, Cleric can no longer attack profitably, but the Knights can attack, and we can make 2 plays this turn. So let's go Cavalry Knight, and if my opponent blocks, I guess I want the Thopter to die so that Remorseful Cleric can keep getting in. Okay. Okay, in case he has a counterspell, what we're supposed to do here is first play Daybreak Chaplain, try to lure the counterspell out of his hand, and then play the better creature. You know, it's funny, like when I used to play before I started recording, I wouldn't think through these things as much. And one advice I have for people that want to become better is start recording to put out some draft videos. It's going to make you a more disciplined player. Because what I say before is like nobody wants to look stupid and make a misclick, right? I mean, I'll still post videos more often than not, even if, as long as I get a 2-1 at least. And my rule is for me to post a video, I cannot lose game one, and I have to go at least 2-1. Preferably make the final. Like if I lose in the final, it's usually you don't end up just getting outright crushed. Sometimes you do, but point is, the whole idea behind this is to kind of show anybody watching what type of decks are out there, what's working. For somebody who doesn't have as much time to draft, it could be very helpful to see what other players are doing, both not just me but my opponents as well. That gives people a better idea of what the format looks like, and then when you're doing your Friday Night Magic event or just playing with your friends, you're better positioned. All right, so this stupid Aviation Pioneer is begging for Lich's Caress, and then we can just slam in. And I think we also have Inspire Charge, which actually wouldn't do much because that's 5 toughness, so I'd still be losing the creature. I'm getting a ton of damage, but at 12, it's not lethal. I'm not going to kill him, and I'm not crazy about I guess if he blocks the Dwarven Priest, they bounce off each other, right? Oh no, Dwarven Priest lives and Pioneer dies, so I guess we are drawing 2. Okay. What I'm trying to say is, Inspire Charge is a card I wouldn't mind having in my hand. And nada. He thought about attacking with Aven Windmage. So then he could start getting in with Thopter, but decided against it. Man, it was a really smart decision on the part of my opponent to kill the Courser, right? I guess it wouldn't have made a huge difference because he's still got three power in the air. So my opponent is representing a combat trick. I can block, sack, remove cards from his graveyard. It's very small value, very insignificant. I need to lure the spell out of his hand sooner or later, so I am going to block. Okay, I certainly don't mind trading those. I mean, if he did that just to start getting in with Thopter, then I am not concerned. Like, he will just mill himself before he kills me with this strategy. Okay. I should probably sandbag lands in case some reason he's doing something with black and Mind Rod. It's very unlikely, but it's not impossible. All right, Stag is actually excellent here. I can also Luminous Bonds Pioneer now, but I think it's better to wait and see what my opponent plays next turn. I'd rather save Luminous Bonds for like a Palaka Worm or something like that. Yeah, or just a Snapping Drake. Well, Funny thing is, like with Daggerback, I kind of don't have super good attacks here. I think I'm better off putting Luminous Bonds on Drake and just hanging out, waiting for a better setup. This 4/5, it can't profitably attack, and I could tap it down with Stag. So I don't want to be taking 4 per turn. No attacks. Okay. There's my boy. There's my boy. So let's see. I can't attack Child of Night. I can't profitably attack because Druid of the Cowl is going to eat Child of Night. Still think I'm waiting for a better setup here. Just hanging out. Eh, yeah, it's a little annoying. Can't be blocked. All right, well, we're gonna have to start doing something because we're not gonna Vampire Neonate. All right, I think I need to go for it here. Probably don't want to attack with Child of Night because Druid just eats it. And let's tap down Wolves. And with 0 cards in hand, my opponent's blocks are a bit awkward. I gain a life, do some damage, and I'm playing Neonate. Wow, really? You don't want to kill the Stag? I think that's a mistake. That's such an aggressive attack. Do you really want to be attacking? I don't think you want to be attacking here. All right. Fine by me. Okay, let's see. What am I doing? So, yeah, I'm attacking with everything now. Except Neonate. And I'm going to tap, again, the Thornhide Wolves. Okay. That's fine then, but you die. All right, let's go to game 2. That was just a silly, greedy, miscalculated attack. So opponent is playing some enchantments, which means Invoke the Divine is definitely coming in. Yeah, and in terms of what's coming out, probably Mind Rot. Yeah, I think is the weakest card. Inspire Charge look good in that matchup, and Mind Rot, by the time we would have drawn it, would just do nothing. Mm-hmm. This is still a keep. Oh, really? Really? What a gift. Yes. Get on the team. Get on the team, buddy. Next turn, this thing becomes a 5/5 off Diamond Mare and Cleric. Yeah, no, that's not good. No good. So let's see. Ah, no. I don't have. I need 4 mana for that. So. Let's attack with Pridemate and flash in Hardblade and maybe lure that block. Let's do the whole. Do I want to attack or not want to attack? Let's do it. So this probably lures the block. No, no block. Okay. I don't want to. I'd rather do 1 point of damage less because I want to trade Hired Blade for Courser. Yes. Yeah. By the way, you could click always yield yes to an ability like this. You never. I mean, you almost never want to not yield. There are some effects that say, creatures with power above whatever can't attack or block, but I don't think there are any in this format. So that worked out, and yeah, that's still no good because I'm just attacking through. Yeah, let's go Diamond there. Make this a 5/5 and white. Missed the land drop, so that could give my opponent a way to win. So Pridemate becomes a 7/7 and I gain 2 life. Seems pretty good. He may chump here. No, just takes it. Well, now he's in trouble because with Vampire Sovereign, I can get him down to 2 life, and that's going to create an awkward situation with Remorseful Cleric. Because he'd be forced to trade it for Snapping Drake. Let's see what happens. He needs to bounce Pridemate. Or even dwindle it. Okay, that's not going to help. Unless you got something else. I think dwindle's the name for the blue -6/-0 enchantment. And okay, that's a sweet target for Lich's Caress. Really? Really? You realize if I have any removal, you're just dead. Land. Well, opponent kind of did the right thing there because I will need to chump with Remorseful Cleric. So I'm going to be at 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can make this unblockable. Can you make this? Ah, this is a spirit, so it doesn't matter. I can block with spirits. So let's play Child of the Night. Gain some life. And let's see, let's think about this. He can't really kill me on the crackback, right? He has to chump with Corsair, and he's dealing 8. I'm at 9. He's got 1 card left. So what is the benefit of attacking like this versus keeping Remorseful Cleric back? Like, let's say he's got a pump. Let's say he's got the +4/+4 trample. This becomes a 10, 5, so it deals 9, and yeah, so it'll still die. So in that case, I think it doesn't matter whether we attack or not, because he still has to chump with Corsair. Yeah, I'm okay with this attack. I mean, I guess he could also have like other enchantments for Drake, so maybe that was a bit greedy. Okay, but he just plays a mage. Okay. And a Titanic Growth. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, I would have died. I would have died anyway. This would have been. This only has 1 point of toughness. Is the only thing that can block. Because it's flying. So very close game. Can't block with anything. Yeah, let's go to game 2. Very close game. I got a little stuck on mana. So we're 1-1. So do we want a Mighty Leap instead of Abnormal Endurance? I think we do, because we can die to flyers. Let's try this. And yes, I want to play first. Sweet. I can even just start draining for 1 with Neonate now. I don't have anything else that I can do. So this is good. So he cannot block here, but I'm just going to play Stag. Oh, stuck again. No blocks. Well, the thing is, like, if he's got a 1 second, if he has a Rabbit Bite, maybe it's better to just play around that and then play Herald of Fate next turn. I don't know. No, you know what? No, I'm just going to play Stag anyway, because if he can't kill Stag, he's in trouble. because I have Herald of Fate as a follow-up. Okay, and he can't even kill it anyway, so that's good. This is a bad attack. You could have at least traded with the stag, you know, the courser for the stag if you had an attack, but looking good. Token form. Okay. Sure. I can even invoke the Divine Dot if I really want. It's a instance. It's a target for an instant speed spell that could make a difference in combat. I don't think it will, but yeah. Okay, I think we're good. Sure. Why are you attacking? Why? Seriously. I mean, by attacking opponents, essentially given up in that spot. So, all right, let's attack with this bad boy, this guy, this guy. Tap Courser, gain some life, get a counter. So opponent blocks stag. And I actually do have lethal here. So this, let's see. So, I don't even, yeah, I have lethal. I don't even need to do anything else, but just for entertainment value, let's invoke the divine. Okay, so let's go to finals. And just quick look, we're not changing anything, right? Maybe Mind Rot. What did we play over Mind Rot? Okay, never mind. Let's just go to the finals. Okay, so we do want to play first. Very awkward keep. Not the type of opening hand we want. The opening hand we want is Neonate into Pridemate. Okay. Mm-hmm. Still not doing much. Mm. So if he's got archers, we know that they have death touch. Ah, come on, deck. Not like this. Not in the finals. Not like this. Mind right here doesn't really do much because it gives him much better selection. I think We should hold off on it for at least one more turn. If I miss another land drop, then I'll just play it. Okay, so at least he can no longer attack with Death Baron. That's kind of good. And we're still, I cannot block Walking Corpse though. So Walking Corpse is just like dealing 3 a turn now. Because with Death Touch, both my guys die. Oh man, he's gonna put it on the corpse. Oh, it's so bad. I think I have to double block. Yeah, I gotta double block here. I don't want to let him draw a card. Okay, so Sovereign, drain for 3. I really hope he doesn't play the Archer killing this thing. That would be pretty bad. Then in that case, I probably should have gone Murder. Draw land. I'm tempted to just murder this thing. Not the Archer. Not the face. Not the face. No. Well, this is the deck that I went 3-0 with last round. Okay, so we should have murdered Death Baron. That's good to know. That is good to know. This is super frustrating. Oh, a Johnny. I guess it's okay. We can play a Johnny and then we can have murder up. So this is decent. And he draws another land. Somehow this thing always manages to draw cards. So he could be splashing something like a Horizon Scholar. It's a 6-mana 4/4 Scry 2. Okay. I guess now I have to murder this thing because again I don't want the card draw. Okay. And equip. Okay. Well, how do we win? Let's see how he blocks. Maybe he'll go Death Baron and Greenseeker. But most likely he just throws a dagger back in front of it. Yeah. Look at how many. Our opponent drew 4 cards. Minimum 3 cards. Dreadmaw. Okay. I think it's safe to say we probably lost game 1. So we need to like spike a Lich's Caress here. No, okay, so let's just go Mind Rod for information. Force the metal. Okay. Our opponent draws another land. Like we can beat this deck, but what really hurt us is not murdering Death Baron first. Like this is a common. It's likely that he's got some in his deck. So there's a reason. So we could have played around it, especially given that we went 3-0 with it. I can't have these become just straight up removal spells that trade. That kill a 5-drop when they come into play. That is not good. I'm not too crazy about this card, but in some decks it works really, really well. If you have good evasion, and I think green blue does a really good job at evasion with even cards like Bristling Boar. Gloves become an engine of card draw in that deck. Why are you playing Infectious Horror? Because it's a 3/3 with that touch. Now I see why they printed it. That makes sense. So, so bad. We're just passing. Yeah, 3/3 Death Touch for 4 that deals 2 minute attacks is much better than 4 for a 2/2 deal 2 minute attacks. I seriously am so tempted to just use removal on this stupid card. Look at that advantage. So let's see, I take 11, 8. No, I'm just dead. I'm dead anyway. I guess I can like maybe. Okay, never mind. I don't need to. I was gonna say I could like Nightmare Thirst to gain a life and prevent a point of damage, but this is just not worth. It's not even worth showing that. Fraying Omnipotence. We're up against a tough deck, but it's not so. The situation is not so dire as to play a card like this. I think we do want to invoke the Divine for the gloves over a Mind Rod, and that's the only change we're making. I mean, given how often we've sideboarded this in, we may as well just main deck it. I still want to play first. Oof. Oof. If this had a source of white, it would be so good. All right. Opponent, put a card on top. So no plays. Let's get in with Courser. Bouncing in. Plummet. We could abnormal endurance, but it's not worth it. I'd rather just play a priest this turn. I'd rather save abnormal endurance for something better like a vampire sovereign. By the way, abnormal endurance kind of works with this guy as well, because if he dies and comes back, he gains you life. So something else that can trigger pridemate. Okay. Hmm. I don't want to trade 2 damage for 4 damage, so I'll just play Johnny's Welcome and pass, keeping up like Invoke the Divine for something like Gloves. Okay. So this thing deals 5 to me. I think I'm going to block and use abnormal endurance. I mean, if he has Archer, he has him. There's nothing I can do about that. The Vampire Sovereign just dies again. All right. I mean, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, not play him and just waste 5 mana? That doesn't seem reasonable. So we definitely don't want to see Lich's Caress here. And is it Lich's Caress? Ah. Ah. Wait, why is it? Oh, it's a, oh God, it's this thing zombie. That's still 6. It's a 4/5 death touch. Yeah, well, I think that's game. Like, so I would need to find Murder or Lich's Caress. Otherwise, I'm taking 8 per turn. You know, in retrospect, I guess I'd rather he had just played Lich's Caress. because then I wouldn't have gotten drained for 3, and I wouldn't be in this terrible, terrible spot. And an Epicure of Blood. Okay. Well, we did our best. Unfortunately, our deck came up a bit short. Oh, can we erase here? I don't think so, but this gains life. I really don't see how we win. Like, even if I find murder, what does that do? So I need to double block Epicure. This gains me 2 lives. This isn't the worst. Yeah. So I guess I double block Chump and then go to 1 with the light gain from Hired Blade. Seems pretty awful. Yeah, I need to double block Archer here. Go to 9 minus 4 is 5. Yeah, opponent's deck is sweet. I mean, this guy is super strong. This guy is super strong. It's funny, I gain a life, I'm at 6. But I still can't afford to take a hit from this thing. So I have to trump it. We really don't have any outs, so we're done. I just want to see. So he plays his Green Seeker. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed it. 2-1, not the worst. Made finals. It's a solid deck. Our opponent's deck was just better. So see you next one.